Perfect. So good morning and welcome on this lovely Sunday morning over here. So everybody, first of all, I want to get your cameras on. So please on your camera and everybody unmute yourself and wish everyone a divine good morning to all of you. Everybody unmute yourself, please, on your cameras.
Divine good morning.
Very good morning.
Good morning to all of you.
Super. Awesome.
Divine good morning to all.
Awesome. Welcome.
Divine
welcome
good
all of
morning to everybody.
Welcome. So thank you for being here on this lovely Sunday morning. And we are very glad to have a very auspicious, we are really lucky to have a very auspicious person who has been given his precious time to be over here. So let's make the most of it. And before I even welcome, let me just pin his video so we can actually ask him. It's a long introduction, but let's do this. So give me a moment. I'm just pinning him his video also. So may I request Shri Abhishek Goswami ji to on his video, and I'll introduce him to our community. So Radhe Radhe. I'll just unmute you. Yes. Yes, sir.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Sir, I know आपको इंट्रोडक्शन करना तो बहुत छोटी बात है, बट मैं जितना हो सके मैं समरी करा के मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूंगा आपको. तो if you allow me, sir, give me 1 minute of your time, then we'll give it's all up to you. Okay. So it's my great honor to welcome His Holiness Sri Man Madhava Gaudeshwar Vaishnavacharya Jai Jai Shri Abhishek Goswami ji. Jai Shri Abhishek ji is the 38th generation of the lineage of Goswami Kul of Shri Radhe Raman Devaju. Is a celebrated speaker and presenter of Vedic wisdom and truth. Jai Jai Shri is specially known for disclosing the imports of beautiful scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Upanishads, and Vedas. He relates and decodes stories from them to present management, life situations, in order to help his disciples and followers around the world to deal with real-life challenges. He's a charismatic, which we can see, young spiritual guru who lives in Vrindavan, but relentlessly travels to raise consciousness and inspires people towards enriching lives. Fluent in English, Hindi, and Sanskrit, Jai Jai Shri mesmerizes his audience with his unique style, full of enthusiasm and vigor, interpreting the scriptures with emotion of a loving devotee, pinning for his beloved Lord. Jai Jai Shri is an Acharya of the Bhakti Yogi Vaishnava tradition. He's a mindfulness practitioner, motivational and inspirational speaker. He has graced many organizations with his talks like Young Presidents Organization or YPO, Young Leaders Forum, FICCI, PhD, CC, and many, many more. And we are so delighted to have him gracing his presence over here. So Radhe. Welcome, Radhe Radhe, welcome, sir. And I want to really thank you for giving your precious time for coming over here and gracing with your precious, and giving us some divine wisdom from your connection of your wisdom to this struggle which all of us are going through, this management of building an unshakable faith in 2023. So I would all give it up to you, sir. And maybe people would be having some questions, but I want to park them. So all of my community members, I request all of you to please listen and listen with an open mind and try to embark the wisdom of Guruji. And from then onwards, ask meaningful questions. Don't ask for understanding, but ask for application, where how you can apply Guruji's wisdom and live a peaceful life. So that is my request. So Guruji, over to you, sir.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Oh. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatu Kleshinashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Radhe Radhe, everyone. This session with, obviously I only knew one of your members called Sidharth. And we have been talking about sitting with all of you from quite some time. And when we met him, your leader here, who's introduced me so beautifully. And it was exactly that point when we thought that we should have one session between ourselves. And what can be a better way to start a year talking about faith? So don't you think a question arises, what is faith? Why are we here to talk about faith? What does our Shastras say about faith? And everything, whatever you are at this moment, at this point of time that you are present, is a byproduct of the faith that you have believed in. There is only this faith, because Arjun has quizzed Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. And he has quizzed about faith in the 17th chapter, its relationship with the real world. Krishna answers by saying that the human constitution, faith is a very, very deep structure, a very deep structure. And when we say that, what do you give when you are, when there is faith around you? I consider that faith is basically a journey of self-giving. A journey of self-giving. What can you give yourself? You think you gift yourself some object, some sort of, gifts that you can give yourself. But the most amazing part that you can give yourself is faith. Arjun has asked a question and Krishna says very beautifully, Trividha bhavati. Trividha bhavati. Shraddha dehinam sa swabhavaja. Satviki rajasi chaiva tamasi cheti tam shrunu. What does he say when he refers to these three different finds? So basically today, because it's our first session, and I want to make it so that you can relate with me. We've not even started yet. And when we say that he divided faith into three different categories, a scripture, a shastra, which has not come from some kutia, it has not arisen from sitting under a tree with a guru. No, it is between a dialogue between two people when everything is at stake. सब कुछ दाव पर लगा हुआ है, और जहां सब कुछ दाव पर लगा हुआ है, there these questions are coming up. Imagine. Why don't people, we have been reading Gita, we have been following, we've been listening to endless number of people. Why doesn't it touches your core? That anything can happen within, अगर आप कुछ करना चाहते हैं, कुछ करना वास्तव में चाहते हैं, so that change happens overnight. That change happens right now, here, at this moment. Why doesn't it happen? Because आपका कुछ भी दाव पर नहीं लगा है. You all have been leading lives on a very lukewarm kind of a situation. चलता है, ठीक है, कोई problem नहीं. Some work happens, चलता है. नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं, आगे देखेंगे. But here at this point of time, when this battle, the stage of the battle of Kurukshetra has been set up, it is not an ordinary thing. Life is at stake. He's just about to enter. Nobody will give, nobody will be nice to you. Nobody will be soft to you. And you all see yourself. Is anybody soft to you in this mundane world? No. So what is required? It's you who's required. Something today, 8th January 2023, just near the first week of this particular year, a fresh note, start writing. If your first letter is faith, and you are working on yourself on this very, very beautiful day. See, your academy is called Think and Grow Rich. And I totally believe in the word think. I don't believe in the word grow rich, but I believe in the word think. If you think, and if you start making others think, if your thought is so powerful that you can communicate the entire idea, then let me tell you, whatever you are thinking will manifest. You're only manifesting things that you believe in. That has been very, today is just a session where I want to introduce, and I want you to see that your foundation is laid very, very strong in faith. So I'll not come up with some examples from the corporate world or some other areas. It's just about faith today. So when Krishna says, he says, when he asks Arjun को बोलते हैं कि इस 3 प्रकार की जो श्रद्धा उठती है, Shraddha makes you ask. Shraddha. Faith makes you walk. Faith makes you meet people. It's because of faith we are here today. And also I'll tell you, you're not here just to listen to me today. It's because somebody has been mentoring you from years and years now. You have faith in him. His invitation has brought you here. Probably if we meet sometime in future, and if some chord of your life is touched, then you might come to listen live. See, I am done with my Zoom talks because we've done enough during lockdown. When these people were inviting me, I was thinking, oh my God, again, another session on Zoom. So let's do this session in a way with a beautiful story to begin with. The war is about to begin tomorrow. And I am a storyteller. So how will I narrate this story to you? You should be watching it. You should participate in it. I want you that you can indulge in it as if you are one of them. Because faith makes you move mountains. Tomorrow is this war, and Krishna is lying down on his bed, and he has divided himself into 2 parts, where one part of Krishna is his army. It's called the Narayani Sena. The other part is Krishna himself, with a promise that he will not carry any weapons, will not use any swords, maces, anything in the war. So now he divides himself into 2 parts. Why? Because he wants to do justice. He wants to play that role that I have not sided with anyone. I have divided myself into also 2 parts. My army goes to one person, and I go to the other person. Now the choice is between you, and let me tell you, faith makes you do your choices correct. It depends what choice you make. You come to know about it much later in life. And now Shri Krishna is lying on his bed. He doesn't know that these 2 gentlemen have entered his chambers. So the moment Duryodhan first walked in, realizing there was no other sofa, no other place to sit, no gaddis, we all look around. Na? The moment we enter, that we should be comfortable. So what did he do? He sat at the head of Krishna. And then walked in Arjuna. He found no other place to sit. He sat on the feet of Krishna. They both were sitting and waiting so that, and somebody who tries, कोई बहुत चतुर होता है ना, तो वो अपनी चतुराई दिखाए बिना मानता नहीं है. He wants to prove, I'm there, I'm physically present. Come on, I'm the king, will be the next king of Hastinapur. He's coming, he's sitting here. You have divided yourself. I have come to ask. Be very graceful, because you should feel proud that a king, the next future king of Hastinapur, has come to ask you for something. So he sat just next to his head, and he was literally coughing. How you try to do when you want to have some kind of attention? You try to move, you try to shake, you try to show that you are physically present. He was coughing. He was trying to wake Krishna up. Arjun was silently sitting. See, they both have come with their faith. One has a different set of life. The other person has a different set of life. You cannot imagine. This story will tell you who you are. What kind of faith are we talking about? And all of a sudden, Krishna's eyes opened up, and the moment he was lying down, he just got up. He said, "Oh, Arjun, you are here?" And just from behind, Duryodhan shouted, "I am also here." He says, "I know you are here. I can imagine you were coughing. You were trying to tell me that you are very much present here. But in my eyes, Arjun came first. The moment I opened my eyes, मेरे आंखों के सामने सबसे पहले अर्जुन है. चरणों में बैठा था. He was sitting just close to his feet. Choose your place. Where you want to be visible. Every time sitting on the top, you might not be visible. But if you go with gratitude, if you go take this journey with humbleness, you have to choose your place. He said, "Arjun, tell me how you have come. What is the purpose of your coming?" So he said, "I got to know that you divided yourself into two parts. So I am also here," Duryodhan said, "and I have also come for the same thing." Shri Krishna said, "Duryodhan, fine. Arjun is younger to you. Let him speak first." But Duryodhan was in a rush, in a hurry. Also, he was quite worried that suppose what he has come to ask for, if the same thing is chosen by Arjun, then what will happen? So Krishna said, "I have divided myself into two parts. It depends upon you." See, this is a choice one makes, and choice is based on faith. Arjun's choice was not based on either winning or losing the war. Our choices are based on winning and losing. When you say unshakable faith, his faith was unshakable in Krishna. Not as a God. He didn't know that he's God. But in the person, everybody, there are about 98 people here who are listening to this conversation. And there'll be many, many more listening to this. You have to have faith first in yourself. We don't have faith on ourselves. We are continuously living in doubt. But Arjun owned the only one. Why today I have tried to take up this Arjun and Krishna as a role model? Because Arjun was living in doubt. Arjun was living in sandeha. Arjun had questions, and Gita says, our scripture says, one who has doubt, one who has a lot of questions, one who's not going easy within, something is not settling in right. And you ask questions, only then dharma, righteousness, duties can be established. Faith can be planted. The seed can be very beautifully peeped inside, can be seeped inside. Then time will come. Oh, Duryodhan started dancing. This is exactly what he'd come for. He felt, who will choose this Krishna who will keep talking, keep giving messages, keep giving advices? I don't want him. I want people who can fight. It's okay, it is decided if he needs you, then I need your army. Okay, then see you on the battleground. He was ungrateful. There was no humility. That's what he's come for. If your faith is in greed, if your faith is just about you, if your faith is deep rooted into profits, just out of the blue, one thought just came in the moment I said profit. जो तनख्वाह लेता है, तनख्वाह, जो सैलरी को हम हिंदी में तनख्वाह बोलते हैं, जो तनख्वाह से घर चलाता है वो शूद्र है। जो टैक्स से घर चलाता है वो क्षत्रिय है। जो प्रॉफिट से घर चलाता है, अपना जीवन चलाता है, वो वैश्य है। जो ज्ञान से अपना घर चलाता है, दूसरों का घर चलवाता है, वो ब्राह्मण है। लेकिन ये क्लासिफिकेशन जो है, ये क्लासिफिकेशन कास्ट के आधार पर नहीं है। Anybody from you all, anybody can become a Brahman. The moment you are rooted in faith, you will see there's a big change. Something changes within yourself. Your decisions start getting different. So that's why when one says that was a point when they both were there, and now at this point of time, Arjuna goes back to his family, and four of them, his all four brothers and his mother and Draupadi and everyone standing at the door only. What did you choose? What did you choose? He says, I did not choose anything. I only chose Krishna. And there he said, jumping out of his chariot, running into the Hastinapur's main lounge area, and he said, hum jeet gaye, hum yuddha jeet gaye. Everybody started coming in and asking, kya baat hai? We all have, he says, we've won the battle. Shakuni came in, all his Shatabhrata, all 100 brothers came in. Dhritarashtra also was holding the stick and coming toward. He says, what have you done? He says that पागल कृष्ण ने अपने आप को दो भागों में बांट दिया। मैंने उसकी आर्मी चूज कर ली। उसको कौन चुनता? उसको अर्जुन ने चुन लिया। मैंने अर्जुन के लिए उसको छोड़ दिया, उसकी नारायणी सेना ले ली। This is the first time Shakuni was holding his shoulder so that he can hug his sister's son. But today he pushed him for the first time. He said, you didn't realize. What mistake have you done? उसके कृष्ण के एक एक रोम रोम में से करोड़ों सेनाएं बाहर प्रकट हो सकती है। एक छोटी सी नारायणी सेना क्या है? ये तुम समझे ही नहीं कृष्ण को। इसलिए मैं आपको बोलता हूं, आप समझ ही नहीं रहे किस पोटेंशियलिटी के ऊपर तुम बैठे हो। तुमने कहा अनशेकेबल फेथ की बात हो जाए। श्रद्धा का प्रश्न ही तो छेड़ा था अर्जुन ने। कृष्ण ने उस श्रद्धा को 3 हिस्सों में बांट दिया। He divided that Shraddha into 3 different parts. And imagine, Krishna did not let Arjun run away from a situation. If you have a mentor, if somebody you have said, I believe in him, एक बड़ी मजेदार बात है, रथ है कि नहीं है आपके पास? आप सबके पास अपना अपना रथ है कि नहीं? रथ है तो उसका मालिक भी होगा। जो बीच बीच में मैसेजेस आते हैं, तो आई जस्ट लव इट। यस श्वेता सिंह, अनिल मिस्ट्री, यस, तुम्हारा रथ भी है तुम्हारे पास, तुम्हारा मालिक भी है तुम्हारे पास, पर ढूंढो ना सारथी कौन है तुम्हारा। रथ क्या है? तुम्हारा शरीर ही तुम्हारा रथ है। और मालिक कौन है? तुम्हारा अहंकार ही तुम्हारा मालिक है। तुम्हें बड़ी बड़ी दिक्कत हो जाती होगी इस बात को समझने में कि तुम्हारा अहंकार, तुम नहीं हो मालिक। यू आर नॉट द मालिक, योर अहंकार इज द मालिक। और अहंकार जब किसी ड्राइवर को रखता है तो वो उस ड्राइवर को अपने से नीचे मानता है, क्योंकि वो उसको शुल्क देता है. He pays him salary. But no, when you understand this entire spiritual spectrum, the multi-dimensional flow of thoughts that comes to you through spiritual understanding, then you will realize how important it is to have a driver. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, ये देखना बेहद है कि साक्षी भाव सारथी है कि नहीं है. One who witnesses within you should be your driver. Who witnesses your act should be your driver. You should know who is your driver. If you really have left, this has to be really beautifully understood. Your sharir, which pancha indriyas are the horses, and this body is the rath, and your ahankar is the owner. We know both these situations. What do I tell people? आप Think and Grow Rich Academy का एक बड़ा सुंदर सूत्र होना चाहिए. तुम मालिक मत बनो. तुम सबसे बड़ी गलती क्या करते हो? तुम मालिक बन जाते हो. तुम क्या बनो? तुम अकाउंटेंट बनो. आपने किसी कंपनी के चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को कभी परेशानी में देखा है? कभी नहीं होता. उसके मालिक ने जो साल भर किया है, वो साल भर किए हुए को इनकम एक्सपेंडिचर के अकाउंट में डालकर उसका बड़ा सुंदर वो बना देते हैं, बैलेंस शीट तैयार कर देते हैं. और अकाउंटेंट अपने घर पर जाकर चैन से सोता है. परेशानी किसको है? टैक्स किसको देना है? मालिक को देना है. कृष्ण केवल क्या कह रहे हैं? If you are deep rooted into your faith, then don't become the owner. Become an accountant. Have a peaceful sleep. Let all tensions be taken care by the owner. Then you will realize he will set his things right. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to trouble yourself up at all. That's why when we say कि रथ पास है, मालिक भी तुम बने बैठे हो, घोड़े भी हैं, इंद्रिया भी भाग जाते हैं, सबके बीच सारथी जैसे खो गया हो. तुमने उस सारथी को खुला छोड़ दिया है, वो कहीं गायब हो गया है. इस वजह से जब ये कहते हैं कि समझाने की आवश्यकता क्या है, कि you actually have to find only your सारथी who drives you, whom you love to be driven by. That is a Sarthi. Just to give you a very beautiful, explanation of Shah. Sarthi bhi kaisa ho? Who understands the ahankar sitting behind. If he understands, see, there was a question. I just read it in a flash. Who's a Sarthi? Sarthi is someone who has no personal motive. But he should understand what does this person wants. When Krishna used to ride the chariot, his hands used to be like this, holding that the 5 horses with the lagam. The hands were raised. And just apni dono baglo mein, there used to be the feet of his ahankari, Arjuna. Arjun itself has been derived from a Sanskrit word riju. Riju matlab सीधा सादा, और Arjun matlab जो सीधा सादा नहीं है. So everybody who is listening to this conversation, we all are Arjuns, Ariju. कोई सीधा नहीं है. किसी की भी धारणा सीधे उस पर नहीं चलती है, हम कहें कितना भी समझाएं. And when he used to make his lagam stand like this and 5 horses and the energy that used to be applied, here is where Arjun used to insert both his feet and he used to press the thumb onto one part of Krishna's body, and Krishna used to turn the chariot in that direction. So सारथी कैसा हो, वो तुमसे रमा हुआ. He should be in love with you. This is bringing such sarthi is self-giving. Self-giving, a joy, yourself, a gift that nobody can give yourself. This is faith. This is exactly how one has to actually go in life with faith. Because if this portion of faith, because see, when we say 3 words we define with faith, what are the 3 types of faith? One is inertia, one is dynamic, one is illumined. इनके हिंदी शब्द कौन से? एक है तमस, एक है रजस, और एक है सत्व. Now what happens when he says कि, can you imagine that हमारे यहाँ पर faith भी 3 parts में divided है. एक व्यक्ति है जो तमस, बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप है, बहुत बड़ा समुदाय है, पूरी दुनिया का अगर हिस्सा ईस्ट और वेस्ट में बांट दिया जाए तो टोटल पूरा जो ईस्ट का विचार है वो तमस में ही घिरा हुआ है. तमस की श्रद्धा उनको ज्यादा स्पर्श करती है, और राजसिक थोड़ा वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो भी श्रद्धा है. लेकिन इन दोनों से पार होकर कहा जाता है कि तीसरी पर जाया जाए. तो इस पर जैसे ही हम ये पूछते हैं कि व्हाट इज तमस, so there are 3. See, Krishna has spoken about 3. There is Tridev, there is Trinity in Christianity that we talk about. There is Triputi, there is Trikuti. The yogis talk about Trikuti. The tantrics talk about Triputi. And at the same time, Mahavir talks about 3 Ratnas. Buddha talks about 3 Sharanas, and Lao Tse talks about 3 treasures. So everybody, all the faiths of the world, I'm not saying anything new. When we say that how one should be capable enough, you have just not channelized that faith in a proper manner. How to channelize your tamas shraddha, tamas faith, the inertia, the faith based on inertia, the faith based on dynamism, dynamic, and where does it leads you to? So if you literally define these 3, in every religion there are 3, the 9. That's why the 9 word comes, and we do these Navratris and other festivals that comes in the multiples of 3. It leads us to 81, where all the yogic and Upanishadic literature is discussed, is all transmitted to us through that particular portion. So when we say this 3 has to become 1, एकोहम बहुश्याम, एक से अनेक बनते हैं और अनेक से एक होते. इस अनेकता में एक का अनुभव कर जाना, जिसका नाम रूप आदि सब कुछ मिट जाता है, जो एक में समा जाता है. So these 3 categorizations of faith has to be understood with beautiful, because if one does not dives into this part of faith, then it will be very difficult. शायद किसी को समझ में ही नहीं आए. हमने आपसे कहा आगे की बातचीत ही नहीं करेंगे, आज केवल इस 3 हिस्सों को ही बांटने की चेष्टा करेंगे. तमस जरूरी है, तमस बेहद आवश्यक है. तमस क्या करता है? तमस को अगर हम कहें, तम का मतलब है आलस्य, तम का मतलब है ठहर जाना, तम का मतलब है रुक जाना, तम का मतलब है बांधने वाली शक्ति, one who ties you up. So what is tamas? If actually one understand what is the concept when Shastras are talking about the faith based on inertia, can there be faith in inertia? The first question is it possible to have faith in inertia? अगर तुम न हो तो चीजें चलती चली जाए, अगर तुम न हो तो चीजें चलती ही चली जाएंगी. Because suppose what is rajas? Rajas is energy, dynamic. You have a stone in your hand and I throw it at a distance. The energy that my shoulder used will go as much as the energy I added into it, as much as the energy I forced into throwing the stone. And after some time, the rajas will slowly get down and this stone, after some time, will fall. That fall is tamas. That energy throwing is rajas. That is also a part of Shraddha, which is dynamic Shraddha. Somebody says tam is darkness as well. See, presently I'm talking about faith. If we understand somebody who has no way to get out of tama, then tama is darkness. Only then, not if you play with your tama. I'll let you know. That's why when these people chose this topic, I readily agreed. Normally what happens is when you have been mentored by such a wonderful human being sitting here, I can watch him. I'm not watching myself, I'm only watching you. So, you understand that you cannot start with small jokes and here and there. Some beautiful, the part that I'm about to share is really heavy. You have to actually sit down to understand it. What is tamas? अगर तम न हो तो चीजें चलती जाए, रुके ही ना. और जैसे मैंने बोला, पत्थर रुके ही ना, उड़ता ही चला जाए अगर तम न हो तो. एटर्निटी तक, कहीं आसमान में हम कहते हैं पत्थर को फेंकते तो क्या होता, वहां ग्रेविटेशन ही नहीं है. न्यूटन ने बोला कि ग्रेविटेशन पुल है, वह तम का ही एक स्थानीय उपयोग है. What is he told about the gravitational pull? Because he was surprised one day, fruit was falling from the tree, and as the fruit was falling, he was surprised. Why is it not going left? Why is it not going right? It's only falling down. तो तम नीचे की तरफ खींचने वाली शक्ति है. अब अगर ध्यान दे पाओ तो let's enter into a little depth of it. तो तुमसे जो नीचे गिरता है, तुम जो नीचे गिरते हो, तम जो नीचे गिरता है, वो तमस है. जिससे तुम नरक में गिरते हो, वह तम है. जब तुम्हारे भीतर तुम किसी प्रकार का कोई चोरी करते हो तो तमस है. तुम झूठ बोलते हो, तमस है. जहां तुम नीचे उतरते हो वहां तम है. जहां तुम अपनी नजर में भी नीचे उतरते हो वो भी तम है. Forget about किसी और की नजर. It's not required. What is faith? विश्वास, श्रद्धा. बुद्धि के देवता ने कहा अपने चतुर पुत्र से कि अपनी पुत्री चतुराई की शादी विश्वास से कर दो. Very difficult to understand. बुद्धि के देवता ने कहा चतुर से. बुद्धि के देवता इस ब्रह्मा, उनका पुत्र चतुर इस दक्ष, दक्ष की पुत्री इस चतुराई इस सती. सती से कहा कि अपनी पुत्री चतुराई की शादी विश्वास से कर दो. Now he sees Vishwas, Shiva, no palace, no gold, no army. He feels, how can I get married my girl who's already a princess to such a fakir? Where is faith? His faith was in what? In that pomp and show. So he started using the buddhi of Chatur. क्योंकि दक्ष कौन है? चतुर. चतुर क्यों है? क्योंकि बुद्धि का बेटा है। बुद्धि कौन है? ब्रह्मा है। बुद्धि के बेटे की बेटी कौन होगी? चतुराई होगी। ये मैंने ब्रह्मा आदि तो नाम ले दिए। दिस इज ऑल अबाउट यू। जरा सोचिए, आप सब बुद्धि के देवता, आपके अंदर बैठी अगर चतुर नाम का पुत्र है जो बाय प्रोडक्ट है, तुम हर चीज में क्लेवरनेस और कनिंगनेस यूज करते हो, तुम्हारी बेटी कौन है? वो चतुराई है। और एक टाइम पर वन मोमेंट कम्स व्हेन यू वांट टू गेट योर डॉटर मैरिड टू हू? फेथ, ट्रस्ट. व्हाट हैज टू बी डन? फर्स्ट, to get married to trust, there has to be shraddha, has to be faith. Sati took that decision. She is about to leave her father who's chatur and wants to marry trust. Is Vishwas, is Shiva. Exactly on the same lines, if you understand, जब तुम उतरते हो, आपने बड़े गलत शब्द पकड़ रखे हैं तम को लेकर। आपने कहीं, किसी ने कहा अंधकार है, इसलिए जब आप उसमें से निकल नहीं पाते, आपके आलस्य से आप बाहर नहीं निकल पाते, तो अंधकार है। आप उस नेगेटिव थॉट से बाहर नहीं निकल पाते, तो वो दिक्कत है। लेकिन आपका तमस भी तो फ्लो कर सकता है। उस तमस को फ्लो करने के लिए जो चाहिए, उसको हम रजस कहते हैं। गुरुत्वाकर्षण तम का ही एक रूप है। आध्यात्मिक अंधापन, स्पिरिचुअल ब्लाइंडनेस भी तो तम है। नॉट वांटिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड सर्टेन थिंग्स भी तो अंधापन है। इफ यू डोंट वांट टू, यू नो ही इज राइट, बट यू हैव affixed yourself to something. It's spiritual blindness. When you meet somebody, और अगर किसी ने बोल दिया this person is good, so you start thinking on the lines, this person must be good because this person has said. But no, meeting a person on the basis of somebody else's idea is not a good idea. You must meet in your own faith. Just in your own faith. Let me tell you, if you all are dealing with selling some product in the market or services, if your employee does not have faith in the product, will he be able to sell it? He will not be able to sell it. He has to have faith. जितना तम होगा उतना बोझ होगा। लोगों को चलते देखो, ऐसे चल रहे हैं जैसे सर पर बहुत बोझ है, धीरे धीरे चल रहे हैं। There is no joy in their walking. Why? Because so much of tam, so much of बोझ is there. जब तुम एक उस तम को, उसको तुम तराजू पर तोल ना सकोगे, वह आत्मिक बोझ है जो आत्मा को भारी कर दे। आत्मा का मतलब क्या है? उससे ज्यादा हल्का कुछ नहीं है। In your entire body that you weigh, it is of your muscle, it is of your organs, it is of blood, it is water inside, but there is no weight of the soul. Soul is just as light as possible. There is no, you cannot wait. लेकिन जिस व्यक्ति के जीवन में तम बढ़ता है, उसका आलस्य के प्रति, उसके नीचे गिराव के प्रति, जिस पल, that moment he feels that something is pulling him down, his soul becomes heavy. आत्मा बोझिल हो जाती है। तम बर्डन है। तमस यानी जो रोकता है, तमस यानी जो अटकाता है, तमस यानी जो अवरोध बनता है। तुम्हारे पैर अगर जमीन पर गड़े हैं तो वो तमस है, और तुम अगर चेतना की स्थिति से ऊपर उठते हो, लेकिन तम की बेहद आवश्यकता है। ये याद रखने की बात है। नाउ टू ऑल दोस पीपल who've written tamas andhkar hai, tamas negative thoughts hai, now let me give you a paradigm shift of tamas, your faith in tamas, in inner shape. tamas jaruri hai, क्योंकि तमस के बिना जीवन हो न सकेगा, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। पर उसकी एक सीमा जरूरी है। योर फेथ हैज टू डिसाइड उसकी सीमा कितनी हो। जैसे नमक भोजन में जरूरी है, पर नमक ही नमक का भोजन करोगे तो क्या? सॉल्ट इज एसेंशियल, to give a very nice flavor to you. But if you only make salt as your food, is it possible to eat it? If salt is the only ingredient in your food, it is full tamas, then tamas is andhakar. But if tamas in your life is just like a pinch of salt, then there's no problem. Then it leads you on another journey. It takes you ahead. That's why tamas jaruri hai, tamas aparihar hai. You cannot live this life. Like when we say, how do we define ego? Ego, egoist, egotist, egocentric, egomaniac. There are 5 stages to it. Can you be without ego? Your faith, when you talk about your vishwas, your shraddha, what is it about? Ego is awareness. Ego is consciousness. But only a 6-month-old child forgoes ego at the backside. He leaves it. He just disconnects himself from ego, which is pure, which is awareness, which is consciousness. Everybody is born with it. Everybody is born with tamas, but just in the quality, in the quantity of like a pinch of salt. Or jis din, the all members of Think and Grow Rich Academy, you will use your tamas, उसका उपयोग करना शुरू करोगे, फिर तमस तुम्हें रोकेगा नहीं. तमस एक पांव को जमीन पर रखेगा. आप सीढ़ी चढ़ते हैं ना, आपकी मदद बिल्कुल वैसे ही करेगा जैसे सीढ़ी चढ़ने पर होती है. आपने एक कदम रखा, दूसरा भी कदम रखा, ग्राउंडेड हुए, वो तमस है, बंधे. लेकिन उसके बाद जब आपने एक पांव पूरी कोशिश से उठाया और दूसरी जगह पर प्लांट किया, तब जाकर पहला पांव फिर उठ पाया. ये तमस का उपयोग है. यहां से श्रद्धा का जन्म होता है. Then you realize कि तमस की उपयोगिता बढ़ जाती है. एक सीढ़ी से तुम पैर उठाते हो, एक पैर उठाते हो, और एक पैर को तुम जमाए रखते हो. और जब तुम एक पैर को उठाते हो तो दूसरे पैर को ठीक से जमा कर रखना पड़ता है. जो व्यक्ति ये कला सीख जाता है वो सीढ़ी चढ़ पाता है. जिंदगी की भी सीढ़ी ऐसे ही चढ़ी जाती है. इसको इनर्शिया बेस्ड फेथ कहा जाता है. इसको ये कहा जाता है कि मेरे पांव कसकर धरती को पकड़े, मेरा फेथ इम्प्लांटेड हो. तमस नीचे ला सकता है अगर अतिशय हो जाए तो, बहुत हो जाए तो. लेकिन तमस ऊर्ध्वारोहण बन जाता है. तमस takes you to the journey upwards. Tamas is the only thing that can take you journey upwards if you use it properly. Now just remove this word tamas and bring in faith. This is just that faith. Sometimes it can give you wings to fly. And if it is you not playing with it, not using it properly. एक छोटी सी बात है, हमसे कहा जाता है कि बस महाराज जी, 5-10 crores enough, 15 crores enough. तो ऐसे क्या आप भिखारियों की तरह से बात कर रहे हैं? इतनी पोटेंशियलिटी है यहाँ पर, इतनी क्षमता है यहाँ पर, और इतना छोटे से अमाउंट की बात कर रहे हैं. आपको एक और बात बताऊं, कोई एक समय आता है जब हम अपने डिसाइपल्स को तमस से निकालकर रजस की ओर अग्रसर करते हैं, मूव करने की ओर. दूसरा तत्व जो है तम के बाद वो रज है. रज ऊर्जा है, रज गति है, रज त्वरा है. रज is that movement. It makes things move faster. जब तुम एक पत्थर फेंकते हो तो रजस से फेंकते हो, तुम्हारी ऊर्जा है, आकाश में तारे घूमते हैं, पृथ्वी परिक्रमा लगाती है, सूरज सुबह शाम करता है, वो सब रजस है। Everything around you is moving. Are you moving or not? Just see it. Every morning and evening, what is faith in dynamic? What is dynamic faith? That I have to make sure that I am moving with everything. See, there's a river flowing. The river is flowing and there is one log of wood is lying horizontal. So what is the river doing? The river is pushing the log, dragging it, beating it, slapping it. And there's another log which is lying vertical. It dances with the river. River goes up, it goes up. It goes down, but it doesn't sink. They both meet at the end of their life at Ganga Sagar, just about to enter into the ocean. And they both meet and says, how was the journey? He says, I had a lot of slaps. I have a lot of tough times. I had the worst time. I had this, I had that. He says, surprising, we were in the same river. I didn't have any of these problems because I was vertically lying down. You thought you are taking care of the river. I thought river is taking care of me. This is Rajas. You know, why do we say sometimes when we say कि गोविंद का नाम गोविंद क्यों दिया? इसको शास्त्रिक परिभाषा करेंगे तो we'll get to the Indris part of it. But उसकी यहाँ पर बैठकर Think and Grow Rich Academy के टॉक सेशन में करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे? Go with wind is Govinda. Go with wind. वो त्वरा है. इसलिए जो आदमी सुबह उठने में देर करता है उसको हम तामसी कहते हैं. जो आदमी सुबह उठकर परेशानी करता है उसको हम तामसी कहते हैं. उसको तमस ने पकड़ रखा है. रात भर सो लिया फिर भी बिस्तर नहीं छोड़ सकता है. He slept the whole night but he still did not leave his bed. तो ऐसी शिकायत से भरा उठता है. दिन का स्वागत नहीं है उसके मन में. उसके मन में शिकायत है. पहले उठता नहीं है और जब आधा दिन बीत जाता है तो कहता है कमाल की बात है कि देखो आधा दिन बीत गया. I have lost the day. बट उसे समझ में नहीं आया कि तम में बैठा हुआ था. सूर्योदय से उसे प्रसन्नता नहीं मिलती. He does not feel joy with this everything smiling around. He is smiling in front of me. So are the leaves next to him and so are the books behind him. I'm smiling looking at everything. क्यों? क्योंकि आप जब फ्रेश होते हो, जब रजस आ जाता है तो सब कुछ आनंदित लगता है. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स आपने तमस को कैसे छोड़ा और रजस में कैसे प्रवेश किए. आपकी श्रद्धा, आपका फेथ दिन में अलग अलग फेथ को आलिंगन करता है. रात में अगर तमस को आलिंगन नहीं करोगे तो दूसरे दिन सुबह उठकर रजस को भी आलिंगन नहीं कर पाओगे. You will not be able to hug that rajas, that dynamic. और उस व्यक्ति को यह आदमी, इस प्रकार का आदमी आत्मघाती हो जाता है. आपने कहा कि ये तमस जो है वो डार्कनेस है. नहीं, अगर रात्रि में तमस में प्रवेश न करो तो तुम आत्मघाती हो, सुसाइडल हो. जो रात रात भर जगते हो और जिनका दूसरे दिन सुबह सूर्य उदय होने के बाद भी जीवन का भी सुबह न हो, तो तुम समझो रजस के समय पर तमस का प्रवेश is a wrong concept. That's how the faith matters. जिसका जो समय है उस वाले टाइम पर उस श्रद्धा को पूरी तरह से होने दीजिए. और इसको समझ लेना कि मृत्यु में तमस इतना हो जाता है कि उठने की पॉसिबिलिटी खत्म हो जाती है. जो आदमी सुबह उठने में मुश्किल पाता है वो थोड़ा थोड़ा मरा हुआ ही आदमी है. He is just on the verge to die. What would he feel when he's closer to death? Is what he is feeling right now. और दिन भर तुम मक्खियां उड़ाओ, दिन भर तुम इधर उधर की चर्चा करो, and you are asked to do something. It doesn't happen. पूरब में तमस ज्यादा है, इसलिए गरीबी ज्यादा है। ईस्ट में गरीबी क्यों ज्यादा है? तमस ज्यादा है, भिखारी ज्यादा है, मूढ़ ज्यादा है। और छोटी सी बात है, जो व्यक्ति मूढ़ है वो तामसिक है। See, there's a very beautiful shloka. About 98 of them are present right now, and I need to let you know. You should mark this on your table. Tell it and share it with your children. Duhshilo matra doshena, pitra doshena murkhata, karpanya vansha doshena, atma doshad daridrati. What does this mean? दुहशीलो मातृ दोषेन, मातृ दोष हो तो बच्चा कैरेक्टरलेस होता है, पितृ दोष हो तो बच्चा मूर्ख होता है, कोई वंश का दोष हो तो बच्चा कायर होता है, लेकिन आपका दोष हो तो आप दरिद्र होते हैं। आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल। जिस समय जो समय आ गया है उसके साथ उठना आवश्यक है। तमस का एक रूप आपका, आपके लाइक्स और डिसलाइक्स और आपके डिजायर्स भी है, निकोटीन भी है, आपकी सिगरेट स्मोकिंग भी है, आपका लिकर और अल्कोहल भी है। तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि आपको तमस में गिराता कौन है। और फिर सबसे बड़ी, अगर रज ज्यादा हो जाए तो भी समझना आदमी विक्षिप्त हो जाता है, ही गोज क्रेजी। क्यों? क्योंकि जानते हो राजस आदमी को वह खाली नहीं बैठ सकता, ही कंटिन्यूअसली नीड्स टू डू समथिंग। इफ यू आर कंटिन्यूअसली वांटिंग टू डू समथिंग, उसे बैठना पड़ जाए अगर थोड़ी देर के लिए शांति। मैं आपसे कहूं, एक आप रजस का व्यक्ति हो और डायनेमिक फेथ को फॉलो करता हो, आई एम अ डूअर, आई एम इनटू कर्म योगा, ओके, उसको शांति से बैठाओ थोड़ी देर, ध्यान तो वो कर ही नहीं सकता। ऐसे आदमी ही देश में, दुनिया में उपद्रव करते हैं जो बिल्कुल नहीं बैठ सकते। चंगेज खान है, तैमूर लंग है, नादिर शाह है, हिटलर है, मुसोलिनी है, ये आदि जितने भी थे, ये रजस से भरे पड़े थे। ये दिन रात केवल उसी में लगे पड़े, उपद्रव पैदा करता है अगर कोई व्यक्ति 24 घंटे। नाउ दिस इज द अदर पार्ट ऑफ योर फेथ बेस्ड इन, जो समय आ जाए। दुनिया में जितनी मिस्चिफ है, जितना उपद्रव है, वे रजस गुण धर्म व्यक्तियों का परिणाम है। इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द फेथ इन द डायनेमिक थॉट प्रोसेस अ पर्सन कैरीज। और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जिस समय पर सारा उपद्रव, सारा संसार, सारा क्रांतियां, इतिहास, रजस आदि सब कुछ पीड़ित लोगों का परिणाम है, जिनको बुखार चढ़ गया है। ये व्यस्तता चाहते हैं, कोई ना कोई काम चाहते हैं, क्योंकि काम के बिना ये खाली नहीं बैठ सकते। A person who just cannot sit without work, he feels, oh God, what to do with this energy? शुरू में धन कमाने वाले लोग सोचते हैं जब धन कमा लेंगे तब आराम करेंगे, लेकिन आराम कर नहीं पाते, क्योंकि आराम करने वाले लोग धन नहीं कमा सकते। आराम करने वाले लोग धन नहीं कमा सकते। आराम करने वाले पहले से ही आराम कर रहे हैं, जो आराम में ही पड़े हैं, उसके बाद उनको वही व्यवस्था बड़ी सुंदर लगने लग जाती है। अति रज हो जाए तो सुसाइडल है, विक्षिप्तता है, लेकिन रजस की मात्रा चाहिए, उतनी ही मात्रा चाहिए। और जिसने रज और तम दोनों को संतुलित कर लिया, नाउ लिसन, वी आर कमिंग टू द इल्यूमाइंड, टू द सत्व। जिसने अपनी लाइफ में फेथ की शुरुआत कब होती है? वेरी प्रोग्रेसिव, वेरी अनशेकेबल फेथ, वो व्यक्ति ही केवल श्रद्धा में आनंद ले सकता है, जिसने अपने रज और तम में बैलेंस बना लिया है। अगर आपके रज और तम में बैलेंस नहीं है तो आप भूल जाइए। रज और तम के बैलेंस से ही तीसरा तत्व जीवन में प्रारंभ होता है, और उसको हम सत्य कहते हैं। सत रज। हम एक कहानी है ना बच्चों की कि एक लंगड़ा था और एक अंधा था। जो लंगड़ा था वो देख सकता था, लेकिन अंधा जो था वो चल सकता था। आपको क्या लगा ये स्टोरी बच्चों के लिए बनाई गई थी? ये उपनिषदों की स्टोरी है। इन दोनों के साथ आज की स्टोरी नहीं है। हमारी तो सारी पुरानी स्टोरियों को अलग अलग तरीके से प्रस्तुत कर ही दिया है, लेकिन बड़े मजेदार बात है कि एक अंधा है, एक लंगड़ा है, और दोनों ने अपने आप को बैलेंस कर लिया है। और जब उन दोनों ने अपने आप को बैलेंस कर लिया है, वो दोनों एक हो गए हैं, तो वो भाग नहीं सकता, वो देख नहीं सकता, लेकिन चारों तरफ जंगल में आग लगी है। भाई आप सबके भी जंगल में आग ही है, चाहे दिखे चाहे न दिखे, ताप अगर महसूस होता है, जीवन में कुछ करने का उद्देश्य आपके जीवन में पनपता है, बढ़ता है, मुझे लगता है हर व्यक्ति को वो ताप अनुभव करना आवश्यक है कि उसकी लाइफ का जो फेथ के फंडामेंटल्स हैं, जो पिलर्स हैं, तमस के, रजस के, सत्व के, वो ये दोनों का अगर बैलेंस बन जाए तो तीसरा आ जाए, उसको सुरति तत्व कहा जाता है। वह तुम्हारे भीतर एक सात्विक भाव का जन्म करता है, एक वर्जिनिटी सी, कुंवारेपन की सी सुगंध उसमें से आती है, एक संगीत आता है, एक फ्रेग्रेंस आता है। इसलिए ये लयबद्धता, इसलिए सत्व संतोष लाता है। अगर if you have your life rooted in faith, then what does it bring? It brings a lot of santosh. You go to someone, agar wo santoshi nahi hai, he is not happy with things around him, he will give you something to do. Then it's so important that a person should be rooted in it. तो त्रिकोण बनता है, सत रज तम का त्रिकोण है, और उन तीनों से एक एक धारा निकलती है जो बीच में एकत्व पर विराजमान होती है, जहां वो सेंटर पर मिलते हैं। दैट पॉइंट इज फेथ। दैट पॉइंट इन वंस लाइफ इज अनशेकेबल फेथ। और सत्य भी अंतिम नहीं है। You're talking to a person who's rooted into this kind of lifestyle. सत्य भी अंतिम नहीं है, लेकिन उस संगीत से फिर मध्य के बिंदु की तरफ यात्रा प्रारंभ होती है। वो अहोभाव है। उसके पश्चात जो स्थिति आपकी लाइफ में आती है, पता है दिक्कत कहाँ है? या तो हम तम की तरफ भाग रहे हैं, या हम रज की तरफ भाग रहे हैं, या हम सत्य की तरफ भाग रहे हैं। एक बात छोटी सी समझिए, सत्य की तरफ भी अकेले भागने वाला रूटेड नहीं है। तम और रज के संतुलन से जो पैदा होता है वो सत्य है, और इन तीनों के एरियाज जहां पर मिलते हैं वो आपका श्रद्धा, वो आपका फेथ है। इस प्रकार की अवस्था को जब कोई समझ पाता है, तब उसको ये पता चलता है हाउ टू गो अबाउट इट। तम चूसता है, राजसिक ऊर्जा देता है, आज सात्विक न देता है न लेता है, बस वो आपको विटनेस बना देता है। How beautiful would it be to be a witness, to see things happening around. We should take up some questions because I think the time is 11:35. We started at 10:30.
Sure.
Anybody?
Yeah, sure. I think give me a moment, sir. First of all, I mean, I could keep on listening to this discourse with your words of wisdom, but yes, you are very punctual, and of course, we want to have your time also. But this is my take before I open up to the audience for the I want to thank you for giving these words of wisdom. My takes, which I was taking notes on my mobile as I was listening to you, is a few pointers which in fact everyone can note down. They would have note down. Faith is a journey of self-giving. Wow. What a beautiful line. I mean, it's such a deep line. Faith is a journey of self-giving. The more you again speak, it gets slowly sinking in your conscious, subconscious mind. Beautiful. The second take is you can only manifest what you believe in. Wonderful thought. I mean, everybody wants to become a millionaire, but nobody can manifest if you don't believe in it. So it's a beautiful thing. Third thing is faith makes you do your choices right. I mean, with the very example of Duryodhana and Arjun, which you gave, is like faith makes you do your choices right. I think such a powerful statement. And first, have the faith in yourself. Yeah, first have the faith in yourself. Such a powerful thing. And there are 3 dimensions of faith. And the final one is faith overpowers intelligence. Yeah, I mean, being a left brainer, we all see, I mean, as a CA, MBA topper ranker, this intelligence was there, but faith overpowers intelligence. And that's where we say that you pause your logic and the magic starts to happen. Beautiful. I can really connect the dots. And I think most of us in our community would also have connected the let go, let God principle, which we are having. And the way you went deeper, I mean, I know you're just touching the surface right now at this 1 hour. We're not even going below the water, but just touching the surface. But yes, it's a very deep, intense talk. And before I give out to my members, I have a question, if you allow some.
Please tell me.
So, I mean, concept of faith is such huge and it's such a powerful concept, and everyone wants to have this belief system in faith. But as we are living in this Kali Yuga where we are having this kind of rat race kind of a lifestyle, some tips from you, that some ritual or something which we could do on a daily basis to strengthen our faith, something from your insights from you, because you have been on both sides of the coin. I mean, so some tips on a regular basis. I mean, we are living in this Kali Yuga, we are doing grahast बैठे हैं हम, तो हम कुछ कर सके जो हमें हमारी faith को we can develop and really get that peace of mind and the results which we want to have. Something which you would like to share, sir.
See, when you say about starting up a new ritual, and faith is a very personal idea. What has worked for me as a ritual might not work for others, because it's my faith rooted into something. You all are rooted in something or the other. You all have your khutas, So stick onto that khuta very, very well.
Right.
It can be some mantra, it can be something, but let me tell you, when people say, I chant Hanuman Chalisa, or I do this, or I do that ritual, or I do the watering of Tulsi Ji, or I do of the diya, own it. Own it. Your mantra should become yours. It should not be udhara. Nagad hona bahut jaruri hai. Nagad ka matlab cash nahi hai. Nagad ka matlab पैसा नहीं होता है. नगद का मतलब होता है आपका अनुभव. If your any practice becomes your own anubhav, your own experience, it works wonders.
Got it. Awesome.
So no rituals from my side at this point of time today, because the number of people, so are their cultures, so are their gods, so are there so many of them.
Yeah, wonderful answer. Awesome. All right, so let me just unpin myself and let me go on gallery mode. So I want some protocol for asking Guruji questions. Number 1 protocol, your camera should be on. That's the number 1. Number 2, keep it short, crisp, and to the point of the topic which we discussed about unshakable faith. Do not try to be having intellectual conversations, but simple question is which you can implement, something which you want to strengthen your belief system with that. So these are some protocols. And if you're okay with this, please raise your virtual hand and I'll give you a prompt to unmute and then we can move forward. Your camera has to be on. And yes, Hitendra ji, I can see your hand first. So here we go.
Pranam Guruji. We are blessed today, and I am really grateful for Sidharth sir as well and Sudhirji for conducting such an amazing session. Guruji, it's you really that's aha moment for me when you said that a triangle and when all the three are coming in the center, that is faith and that is unshakable faith. So how one can recognize that he is in that state of unshakable faith? That's my simple question.
Moment your doubts gets cleared about yourself, you are very, very, you're taking decisions as if it's like so smooth. You know it exactly when everything is synced. Your tamas, your rajas, your sattva. When you know yourself, basically, I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Half of the decision sometimes we leave saying देखा हो जो होगा देखा जाए
जी
और एक डिसीजन एक आदमी तब लेता है वो ये सोचता है कि मुझे अंदर से इंटरनलाइज्ड प्रेरणा हुआ ये सही है और आपने वो किसी और पर थोपा नहीं
जी
आपने वो डिसीजन खुद लिया आपने कहा इट्स माइन आई टेक ओनरशिप ऑफ इट even if it is wrong. Yes, I still will own it.
Yes,
it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
that is the point of bringing all things to three of them together.
That's a synchronization of all the.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hitendraji, and wonderful. Yeah, self-realization and introspection is that you know thyself, and then the truth shall set you free. We'll go to Kamalji. Kamalji, your question, sir. I'm adding you. Yeah, yes, please.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. My question goes to the first, among the first statement that you made when you started, when you said that you believe in the think and grow rich sentence, but not in the grow rich. What did you actually mean by that?
Okay, what did I mean by that? Because thinking is basically, okay. Grow rich and think are two different things for me. And when I say that my thought has to be very rich first, but if my thought is inclined only to grow rich, then I am giving unnecessary some line for this thinking. And, as if I'm thinking about the end product first. You can have your video on. I can't see you.
I'm here.
Yeah. So when you say that, when I say I think, I love to think. How beautiful is it to think? But then I don't give a direction to my thinking. I don't want to narrow it down to just being rich. My dimension will be far, far more broader, multi-dimensional. Because sometimes just thinking about being rich in a monetary sense would make you crippled in some other way. So I said, I love the statement, think, but not grow rich at the same time. Because if your thought is crystallized, they'll be just not growing rich. You would become a great human being. You would touch other spheres, which, you could have. So also when these people came to meet me, I said to them, before you say something like this about being rich, it should have worked on you. Normally, because the place that I come from here in Vrindavan, and I see a lot of Panditjis doing some puja for someone, and it says that this thing will make you rich. And I ask Panditji the question, has it made that impact on your life? Has it made you rich? If it has not helped one person who's practicing it, how will it make the other person after listening to it? So think is itself is such a big thing. It's the whole world. then why do we only need one small thing from it? Let's have the whole world. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you so much. A wonderful question. And yes, I could completely agree with that. For normal people, I mean, for people who are outside this, they understand richness as money in the bank. And that's not just one way of looking. That's not the holistic way. And even we believe in that. And so it completely resonates with our thought processes. Wonderful answer. Yes, the super question and wonderful answer given. Let's move on to Aniruddha Roy. Aniruddha ji.
Good morning.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe. How are you?
Radhe Radhe. I'm going through a major, not major, but a sort of health crisis, right? And for the last 2 months. And what I have noticed, Guruji, is that 15 days back, I started seeing this in the mirror. I'm fit and fine, and I'm in my best health. Just like that. Every day. And I don't know it's my belief or not, I've been seeing so much improvements in the last 15 days than what I saw in the last 30 prior to that. Same doctor, same medicine, same physio, everything going on. Which leads to this question, what I did maybe is sort of an affirmation, some basic affirmation, but is that linked to this unshakable faith that you were referring to?
Exactly. It actually means that only. Actually, it is, you have answered it yourself. You know, there might be anything going on. But when you say that, no, I'm fine. I'll tell you one thing. It is all about you. It's all about how you take it. It's all about how you start living it. It's all about, this is kind of a placebo effect that you have done on your own self, on your own thoughts. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. The moment आपके दांत में या आंख में कोई कीड़ा घुस जाता है, तो आपकी 6 फुट की बॉडी का सारा ध्यान उस एक छोटे से टुकड़े पर पहुंच जाता है. लेकिन जैसे ही वो रिलीफ होता है तो आप देखते हैं पूरी बॉडी वापस इंट्यून होनी चालू हो जाती है. तो आपकी एक छोटी सी चीज से अगर आपने बहुत सुंदर डिवीजन कर रखा है अपने काम का, अपने हेल्थ का, अपने और चीजों का, नो डाउट वी मेक थिंग्स बिगर इन आवर माइंड फर्स्ट, देन ओनली दे स्टार्ट ट्रबलिंग अस. मेक देम स्मॉल, मेक देम सो स्मॉल.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, super insights, and yes, that resonates our belief system that whatever.
You know, but I want to say that yes, we all should be thanking Sudhirji because yes, the way, you know, he's been really looking from a long time yes, that we should have met, and I would say, love you all. It's a gift in the new year. It's there's no other way as beautiful as getting together. I would not only like to meet you on digital screens. Suppose if I come to Bombay, yes, and if you're around Bombay, if you're that side, those people living that side, or wherever I travel so much, yes, would love to meet you all personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any Absolutely. Other question?
Yeah, we'll take a couple of more. How many of you would love to meet Guruji in person? And yeah, type love in the comment box if you'd love to meet Guruji in person and really take his insights. I think everyone would love it. And the least what we can do at this moment right now is follow Guruji on all his social media handles. That's the least what we can do.
I have a YouTube channel.
Yes, please. So
you can just search in Shri Abhishek ji.
Yes, that's what I was about to do and ask everyone. So I would request everyone to follow, subscribe on Insta, Facebook, join the group, and also subscribe the YouTube channel to get beautiful insights of what the words of wisdom which we're giving. And how many of you are promising me to do this right now as we are speaking? It's not, yeah, it's not. Just type IP in the comment box if you're promising me to do this, because he has been quite gracious enough to be over here, and that's the least what we can do, so that his wisdom can be shared and the popularity can increase, and that's where we can really be benefiting. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a couple of more questions. Just a minute.
Yeah.
We'll go to, I would want to have Tarun's question if Tarun's camera is on, but if meanwhile Sidharth, okay, Tarun is on, okay, fine. Tarun, I know your questions are deep, so I'm giving you a chance. Yes.
Thank you so much, Siddharth sir.
राधे राधे.
Radhe Radhe Guruji. Guruji, my question was, over the last 1 year, my life take very sharp turns, very was stormy and all that, and I realized one thing that, uh, you know, like usually what happens with all of us that we are focusing on couple of things, one or two areas of life. We are chasing hard like anything, and our vision is, our happiness is kind of a futuristic. Like when we are happy when that we see that thing we are there, or when that thing is achieved, and we miss to enjoy that journey, to enjoy that process. But at the same time, I realize that, focusing on those particular few areas, two or three, makes you kind of a very pathetic, because when you arrive there and you realize that you missed a kind of a life you would have lived out with balance. Because when I see now, I'm reading Vedic scriptures, and I see the lifestyle they used to live was quite balanced. And when I see this life is really chaotic. And this is not that the environment has made it chaotic, or it's we have made. So how far do you think that it is important to strike a balance in life, rather to be at peak at few areas of life, is my one question. And second is, Guruji, what is that higher mission that you are working in your life?
Okay. Okay. First of all, आपका चेहरा जैसे ही सामने आया ना, उसमें $1 million स्माइल के साथ सामने आया. तो आपने जब कहा कि शार्प टर्न्स और एनीथिंग, तो वो आपने स्ट्राइड में ऑलरेडी ले लिए. और आई टेल यू वन थिंग, आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था? एक तो आपने मेरे बारे में पूछा, मेरा हायर मिशन.
Yes.
और आपका एक और क्वेश्चन था, आई मिस्ड इट आउट. कैन यू प्लीज से?
Yeah. So sir, like, is it as a human being, should we strive for striking a balanced life, or the way should we live, like, chasing a couple of areas, like say career, money? Most of these two areas are which people focus on, and then they reach there are very less moments of celebration. Yeah. Instead of they are chasing one thing, all of the energies most of the time utilizes them, but not striking a balance. Like, the ancient way of living was there. Yeah. That everything was balanced. And because I could see my grandparents, they lived a very balanced life. They were very happy. They had less money. They had everything quite balanced. But now we have everything, but still we feel, not there. Like,
I'll tell you.
How important is it to strike the balance against the going at peak performance in your life?
Yeah. छोटी सी बात समझिएगा. पहले के सन्यास में और आज के सन्यास में क्या फर्क है? पहले का सन्यास जो था, वो सुख की ऊब थी. सुख से ऊब गए थे, तो सन्यास लिए. दूसरा, आज का जो सन्यास है, वो दुख से ऊब गए हैं, तो सन्यास ले रहे हैं. लेकिन आप आशा मानिए, मजा इस बात का है कि आप कुछ भी करिए, किसी भी चीज को चेस करिए. चेस करने को कहीं कोई मना नहीं करता. ये दुनिया ऐसी हो गई है. अगर आज किसी से कहा जाए कि आप चेस मत करिए, तो आप समझिए कि मैं शायद आपको दिशा गलत दे रहा हूं. चेस करिए, लेकिन चेस करने के टाइम पर चेस करिए. उस चेस को 24 घंटे मत रखिए साथ में, तो निद्रा भी मुश्किल में पड़ जाएगी, खाना भी मुश्किल में पड़ जाएगा, हेल्थ भी मुश्किल में पड़ जाएगी. अगर मजा लाना है लाइफ में, तो उस सबके साथ उस चेस को भी करिए, खेलिए भी, बचपना भी कायम रखिए, मौज भी करिए. आप समझिए, ये हम 21st सेंचुरी में हैं, हम ऋषियों वाले टाइम पे नहीं हैं. और मैं वृंदावन में रहता हूँ. जिसे आपने कहा, मैं जब चेस कर रहा होता हूँ, तो मैं वास्तव में चेस करता हूँ. एंड एक बात जो मैंने आपसे कही, जो मेरी जीवन का हिस्सा है, मैं जो सोचता हूं उसको मैनिफेस्ट करता हूं. I think and I manifest it. Then I put everything of my life into it to see that it manifests. I would only like things to be manifested that I believe in. Always ask few questions for yourself, for others, and the society of large. Normally क्या होता है, लोग बोलने के लिए आ जाते हैं, पर एक बात उनसे बोलनी बहुत आवश्यक है, क्या ये सही है, क्या ये सच है, क्या ये दूसरे के काम का है, क्या आने वाले टाइम में जब कोई इसे सुनेगा तो उसको मन के अंदर गुदगुदी होगी या नहीं होगी. This is my purpose of life. I want to share these wisdoms from these shastras which comes so beautifully to me. And वो आज के परिप्रेक्ष्य में, जैसे आपने कहा, अब किसी को बड़ी घबराहट होती है कि यार ऋषियों की लाइफस्टाइल के बारे में कहोगे, बात अलग दूसरी हो गई ना. आज अगर ऋषि होते तो वो हमें ये मार्गदर्शन जरूर देते कि जिस समय जो करना आवश्यक है वो करना पूरा, लेकिन अपनी पीस ऑफ माइंड, अपनी उस मौज को, गुदगुदाहट को जो तुम्हें यहां तक ले आई. क्या होता है, एक आदमी बहुत बड़ा बन जाता है, वो क्यों बड़ा बना वो एक टाइम पे भूल जाता है, वो अपनी स्ट्रगल को भूल जाता है, वो अपने धक्कों को भूल जाता है, और फिर वो वही धक्के दुनिया को देता है जो धक्के उसे पसंद नहीं थे, पर वो सबको वही धक्के देता है. तो फिर भगवान कहते हैं अब इसको तो जोरदार झटका और धक्का दोनों ही साथ मिलना चाहिए. ठीक है ना. आई बिलीव सब करना है, लेकिन जहां खूंटा अटका है अटका के रखना है. कुछ ऐसा जरूर होना चाहिए दिन में जो आपके फेथ को जकड़ कर रखे आपके साथ. राधे राधे.
Radhe Radhe Guruji.
Awesome, wonderful,
Thank you,
very
sir.
nice. Great. I think Guruji, we have got time for one last question. I give
Yes.
a chance to Sidharth Sabat. I know your time is precious. Sidharth, क्या प्रश्न है आपका गुरुजी को पूछना है?
Thank you, Sidharth sir. राधे राधे गुरुजी.
राधे राधे.
एक्चुअली जो बहुत कुछ चीज सुनते हैं.
आपकी आवाज चली गई बीच में.
Sidharth, I think your network is poor.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just put in your question in the comment box, and maybe we can ask.
Yeah. That'll be better.
Yeah, we go to Arvindji. Arvindji, last. Yes.
Not even one. There are so many, female folks here. But you not invited one of them.
Okay. Women power. I want to give a chance to.
Yeah, it looked like more to be on the men's side. Why not one or two women please coming in? I'll give another 5 more minutes to it then.
Okay, great. Come on. So
1 minute खाली मैं खाली 1 minute लूँगा.
Okay. So meanwhile, Sidharth, you can continue your question, and all the women, you are now on the spot by Guruji. Okay. Yes.
गुरुजी जो सुनते हैं कि कुछ वास्तु दोष रह जाता है, नहीं तो कोई सराउंडेड बाय कोई नेगेटिव एनर्जी रहता है, या हमारा कुछ कर्म फल रह जाता है, जिसके वजह से जो एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट करते हैं वो हमको नहीं मिल पाता है. वो क्या वास्तव में सच है क्या? अगर सच है तो उसमें से कैसे निकला जाए?
आप ही निकल सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक छोटी सी बात समझिए, कोई आपको इतना कोई पढ़ा लिखा नहीं है कि आपके इर्द गिर्द वो नेगेटिव एनर्जी डाल सके. मुझे लगता है कि हम अपना कुछ उसमें ढूंढें. What has gone wrong from our part? छोटी सी बात है. There are people who come to me to ask me कि is somebody thinking negative about me all the time? Is somebody doing something bad for me all the time? No. They might be thinking bad about you. It's okay, that's their choice. लेकिन जैसे ही आप ये कहते हो कि मेरे लिए तो उसने कर दिया, आपने डिसीजन ले लिया, somebody has already done something against you, your acceptance is bad. you have not to accept it. There are people who like us, there are people who don't like us. But when you accept that idea of somebody is doing bad for you, then you accepted that something bad will happen to you. But if you will not accept it, then nothing will happen bad to you. जैसे छोटी सी बात है, बिल्ली रास्ता काट जाती है तो आप सब गाड़ी के ब्रेक मार ही देते हो, ठीक है ना? और मैं सोचता हूँ बिल्ली जब रास्ता काटती है तो मैं कभी गाड़ी का ब्रेक नहीं मारता। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि कुछ गलत नहीं होने वाला है, बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग ग्रेट। अरे दुनिया है, लाखों करोड़ों तुम्हारे गाड़ियां आगे से जाके रास्ता काटती हैं तो कुछ नहीं होता। एक बिल्ली के रास्ता काटने से सब कुछ गलत हो जाएगा? हो ही नहीं सकता, ठीक है ना? तो डोंट लिव इन दैट थॉट. You are literally making the fear of your mind come alive in that form. You are giving more weightage to something which does not exist, and that is playing on your head. Drop it right now. Nothing can go wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, wonderful. Very nice. Yes, truly, we become what we think about, and what a beautiful way you have explained. Yes, now we have ignited the women power of Think and Grow Rich. Let's go to Shweta Singh. Shweta
Yes,
ji.
she was asking a question. I read it, but then we missed her.
I can't hear you.
No, we can't hear.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, very well. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe. Thanks a lot for this beautiful session, Guruji. And I have a question. Definitely, you have described the faith, and then blending the trio, that Rajogud, Tamogud, and Satogud. My question is, we know how to start. Starting line is there, but how do we finish? I mean, the finishing line. How can we identify the finishing line when we get into this part? That is what the question I have right now.
I'll tell you one thing. Our duty is just to start. Finish करने का काम सोची कौन रहा है? He will do it himself. I'll tell you, yeah, means why are we, and why do we have to finish this circle of faith or anything? I am telling you, things or journeys, beautiful are those which don't come to a full stop. They just have commas in between. And are we, हम जैसे ही decide करते हैं कि हम इसको end कैसे करेंगे, तो उसके बाद अब दूसरी साइकिल चालू करेंगे। मुझे लगता है कि ये बढ़ती चली जाए. This can keep on going on and on and on. So that means we are the ones only to start it. Where it has to take us is an endless journey. आप बिजनेस करती हैं या आप काम करती हैं तो आप ये डिफाइन करती हैं कि ये काम यहीं तक करूंगी, इसके आगे नहीं करूंगी. No, I cannot hear you. Can you unmute yourself, please?
No, I think I couldn't describe it well. My bad. What I was asking, like, see, whenever we reach to a level where we say that we are I mean, you have said, right, like tamas is also required, rajas is also required, and then the satogun is also required. But when we start on that part, which is we call, like, when we blend these trio, we call it faith, right? But then there are some, there is a finishing line where we have to be in a situation where we should not access it. So that was my question. Like,
okay. I understood about then. Your question was not phrased properly. If you say that, tamas kahan end hona chahiye, right? आप अभी भी unmute हो गई, muted हो गई. मैं आप सही समझाऊं? Can you intervene?
See, Guruji, मेरा question ये था कि हर गुण का अपना, जैसे आपने बोला कि हर गुण का अपना essential है, वो होना चाहिए, और उसका एक expiry date. I mean, it should come to this level. वो ठीक है. हमारे पास रजोगुण भी है, होना चाहिए, तमस भी होना चाहिए, और स्पिरिचुअलिटी वाला पार्ट भी होना चाहिए। बट आप फिर ये भी बोलते हो कि आप सत में भी बहुत ज्यादा हैं, तो भी वो भी बहुत अच्छा नहीं है, बट आप रज में भी बहुत ज्यादा है, तो वो भी नहीं अच्छा है। दैट फिनिशिंग लाइन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट।
ओके गॉट इट। लेकिन आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट मत करिए। आई विल बी हैप्पी लिसनिंग टू योर डॉटर साउंड आल्सो, नो प्रॉब्लम।
शी इज ऑलवेज देयर। थैंक्स फॉर बियरिंग।
तो आई विल टेल यू वन थिंग, तमस का हम जानते हैं, आप जानती हैं, हर जना जो प्रेजेंट है, जब आलस्य, बंधन, नीचे का गिराव, हमारे जीवन का तमस हमें परेशान करने लगता है, और आपको करने के बाद, जैसे सोचिए एक रिएक्शन है, एक रिस्पॉन्स है, आप उससे गुजरने के बाद कहते हैं ओह गॉड, मैं उस समय पर क्यों नहीं उठी जब आवश्यक था। वो समय बीत जाने के बाद ध्यान आया, तो आप समझिए तमस का समय केवल तब तक है जब आप केवल चाहते हैं कि तमस में रहें। जैसे हम निद्रा में प्रवेश करते हैं, वो तमस का समय है। उस समय अपने आप को री एनर्जाइज करने के लिए तो निद्रा में प्रवेश करिए, पर अगर कहीं तमस की आवश्यकता नहीं है, अब हमें सोच विचार और एक्शन की आवश्यकता है, वहां तमस प्रवेश ना करें। और दिक्कत वहां नहीं है कि तमस कोई तत्व होगा, तमस तब परेशान करता है जब वो तमस, वो इनर्शिया आपको जहां आवश्यक नहीं है वहां आपको बैठा दे। आप चाहती है मैं जाऊं और फॉलो अप करूं और पकड़ूं, लेकिन आप अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट भी नहीं कर पा रही, तब तमस भारी हो गया, तब तमस एक दिक्कत खड़ी हो गई। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, सिर्फ ये विचार करने का है ये मेरा तमस का था, हम घर से निकले, अब इस समय मैं आपसे बोल रहा हूं ये रजस का समय है। अगर मैं सो जाऊं, आप सब बैठे रहो, तो एक एक कर लोग जैसे छूट रहे हैं वो छूटते चले जाएंगे। They would just come because something was moving, something was giving, something was being grasped. तो हमारा समय है। छोटी सी एक और बात है, बहुत बड़ा बोझा आपके घर में कोई पोटली रखी होगी या सूटकेस होगा, अब आप मेरा प्रवचन या मेरा ये टॉक उस सूटकेस को अपनी गोदी में रख के सुन सकती हैं? नहीं। लेकिन आपको मैं बताऊं, हम ऊट पटांग विचारों के जंजाल को 24 घंटे अपनी खोपड़ी में रखकर सब काम कर सकते हैं। वो एक तरीके से बहुत बड़ा लोहे का बकस सामान भरकर हमारे खोपड़ी पे रखा हो, वो दिख नहीं रहा है इसलिए पता नहीं चल रहा है। लेकिन किसी व्यक्ति को बहुत बोझिल देखें तो उसने संसार अपनी खोपड़ी में घुसा रखा है, और वो 2-2 4-4 कुली बनकर डोल रहे हैं सारे के सारे। तो ये जो कुली वाला एफर्ट है, जो जिस समय निकालना है, फेंकना है, वो कर देना चाहिए। राधे राधे।
Brilliant, awesome, thank you so much. I think Guruji, let's call it a day right now, because for many people I would say that I will try to see and accommodate your questions maybe later, but my recommendation to you, जो भी गुरुजी ने आज हमें बताया है फेथ के बारे में, अगर हम उतना भी हम फॉलो करें तो भी
एक बार सुधीर जी को भी दिखा दो हमको।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, मैं वही कर रहा था। I'm actually wanting Sudhir ji to come in, and Sudhir ji, I'm going to unmute you, and please why don't you do the honors for vote of thanks of because you have been the sutradhar for this. So yes, Sudhir ji.
I would really appreciate you do the vote of thanks, but before that, Guruji, बहुत 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 धन्यवाद आपके समय का, and it was really a pleasure to have you here today. And of course, you are already aware, ये first instance we started talking about this session in April, when we met in Delhi. रात को 1 बजे हम होटल में बैठे थे तब. That time my wife and we all were sitting and we are talking about the session. So Sidharth को भी तभी मैंने बताया था कि we have some million person, we can get him on board. Why don't we, for the betterment of our community, उनके कुछ शब्द हम सुने. And finally, it has materialized in the new year. So I'm really, really happy for this. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this for us. And please, Sidharth, you can take over, please.
Thank you. So,
Radhe
Radhe, Goswami ji, thank you, sir. Swami ji, आप आए यहाँ पे और I mean, the depth of your wisdom is too huge for us to even digest this. But जो भी आपने insights हमने share की है, I think it'll be great start for us to embark on this journey of 2023 with unshakable faith.
Thank you so much.
And, thank you so much for giving your time. I would again request all my members, we will share your links of your YouTube channel to across my community members in our email list, and so that everybody can follow you and get your words of wisdom and make this world a better place to live in and be a part of your purpose which you are striving for.
Very well. Thank you so much.
And
Radhe Radhe.
Sudhirji, thank you for this opportunity. Once again.
One last word before we wrap this up. Guruji, your last words before leaving.
Yeah. So my last word.
Yes, your last words before we wrap this.
My last words before I leave. Then I'll tell you one thing, which I feel that one should have. One who's rooted in faith has a very, very deep structure of leadership within him. Leaping or diving in faith is basically just like an amazing, structure for leadership in one's life. If you dive in it properly, exactly that happens. And faith is basically an art, is an art of self-giving. Give yourself and be an artist who creates this self-giving exercise so that you can share what you gave to yourself on this New Year's. Radhe Radhe.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Unmute everyone and saying everyone should say Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
More very much. Thank you, Sidharth sir.
Thank you, Sidharth sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sidharth sir.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sidharth sir. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you.